Consider these words from the Collect, through whose mighty power our fathers won their liberties of old. Grant, we beseech thee, that we and all the people of this land may have the grace to maintain these liberties in righteousness and peace. In the Collect, we acknowledge God's role in the struggle for our independence and founding of our country, and ask his favor in maintaining the liberties so dearly purchased, while living according to his will in peace and tranquility. The Collect acknowledges that we need God's help to maintain our liberties and to live in righteousness and peace. Without God's help and influence, we will see a lot of turmoil and strife, which is what is happening in our country today. As we have turned our back on God, instead of living together in harmony and peace, we are divided against each other and in turmoil and confusion. Turmoil and confusion are not of God, but of Satan. We can see how through the influence of Satan, the liberals and the communists have infiltrated all of our important institutions, the schools, the churches, and now the military. They have embraced the debauchery that is the transgenderism and homosexuality and abortions. These are all behaviors that have brought down every single country or empire in the past, and ours is no exception. If we as a country would repent of these behaviors and turn back to God, then our fall might be stopped or at least suspended. The epistle reading from the book of Deuteronomy reminds us that our God is a just God, mighty and terrible. It is wise not to provoke him. Unfortunately, a large portion of our country are set on tempting him. Our founding fathers knew his wisdom and founded our country on his wisdom. They sought his counsel frequently. George Washington prayed fervently to him and did his very best to follow his counsel and examples. He was not perfect, neither are we, but he knew he was not, and sought the advice of the one who is, the great I Am. Our founding fathers relied on his wisdom as they created the framework of the Constitution, which is the bedrock of our country's founding principles. How are we to deal with our countrymen in today's uncivil environment? The gospel provides us with the convenient answer. Love our enemies, bless them that curse us, and do good to them that hate you. This is in essence killing them with kindness. Two evils do not make a right, so do not repay evil deed for evil deed, but do your best to follow Christ's example and to choose to do good. Also, following the words of St. Paul, live as peacefully with your neighbor as long as you are able to. Jesus is counseling us in all things. We need to follow the Father's example and try on getting to close as perfection as we can in our imperfect bodies and souls. However, not all those who we'll reach out to will listen to his message. There are none so deaf as those who will not hear. Heaven is at the end of an uphill trail. The easy downhill trail does not lead to the summit. The time is now, not tomorrow. The time has come indeed. How will you act? It is by our actions we are known. Be of God, live of God, act of God.